Hey friends, welcome back to Beer and Beauty. It's Kasha here. So today, it's August 30th and it's the end of August, so it's time to do August favorites. I'm a little bit heartbroken that my birthday month is almost over, but it's been a pretty good month. I've tried some really great stuff. My favorites have a little bit of everything in them, so let's go ahead and just hop right into it and talk about August favorites. Before we get into it, let's introduce today's beer of the day. I'm so excited to try this beer. It's called Dogs and Boats. It's a double IPA from the Beard Brewing Co. I've shared beers from this brewing company before on this channel, and just the idea of dogs and boats is delightful, so I'm hoping that this beer is also delightful. So let's crack it open and give it a taste. Cheers.
It's so good.
Very hoppy, strong, summery. It's strong in a good way. I still can drink this. It's so crushable. If you're a fan of IPAs, you're gonna like this. This is, I don't know, just flavorful, strong tasting IPA, delicious. I love it a lot. Cheers to that. I'm probably gonna carry this over into the next video, so I'm gonna review this once more. And I think I'm gonna shoot an empties video today too, so. Without further ado, let's talk about my August favorites. So I guess we'll go ahead and start talking about makeup I've enjoyed, and I have a couple specific makeup products to talk about, but something that I've been doing in the month of August a lot is I've been wearing orange eyeshadow. Almost every day I think I've worn orange eyeshadow, either orange or gold eyeshadows. I don't have one in particular that is my favorite, but some palettes that I've been wearing a lot this month. I've been wearing my Modern Renaissance palette just because it's in my project pan, and I've actually hit pan on this shade. Finally, the first, I think, eyeshadow I've ever hit pan on, I've hit on this one, and I've been using the golds in here, and I finally used Relgar for the first time in this palette. This one's I've been using for my orange looks, mostly for like transition shades, because these transitions are nice and orangey down here. But I've also been using my Yes Please palette from ColourPop. This has been a nice little orangey palette that I've enjoyed wearing. I dipped into this guy a little bit. I love this nice yellow, like orangey shade. The Leo is like an orangey kind of gold, and the Aries is a shimmery orange. And those are really gorgeous. I did a look on my Instagram that's like a Leo season look, and I used these 3 shades down here, and it was really gorgeous. I recommend checking that out. Check me out on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram if you don't, because I try to post some like cool looks that I've done recently on there. There's another eyeshadow palette I've been trying to get a lot more use out of this month, and I have successfully done so. I've been using these colors right here a lot for my orangey looks. I've just been gravitating towards a lot of orange kind of looks, and it's been a good look for me. It just felt right every time I've put it on. And here's something I'm actually wearing today. So I got in my BoxyCharm. It's a Ebates single in the shade Cotton Candy, and I'm wearing it in my inner corners. And I wore it, I think, in my BoxyCharm unboxing video. But this is just like a really stunning, poppy, like shimmery shadow. Like, let me just go ahead and swatch it for you. It's pretty incredible. Can you even see? So that's like a kind of like sheer washed out, and it's got like a nice pink reflect, but when you put it on the eyes, it's really kind of pops a lot. So that's a really gorgeous shadow. I've been really loving that out of my BoxyCharm, my Ebates single. It comes as a duo, but I think I'm just gonna, the other shade that I came with, I have dupes for in my collection, so I think I'm just gonna keep this one. I have been really loving it, and I think it's beautiful as an inner core highlight for this like red look. So worked out today quite a bit. And as a result of wearing a lot of orange looks, I've been loving this lip product from Melt Cosmetics. I've just kind of like discovered it in my collection. But it's the lip product that I'm wearing my lips today, and this is called Gwendolyn from Melt. It's been a really gorgeous color to wear with orange looks, because it's still kind of a nude, but it's like an orangey nude. It's nude, but it's bright at the same time. So it's been really dynamic to wear with a lot of orange looks, and I've been loving it. And the formula is great. It's a matte lipstick, but it's not overly drying, and it lasts really well. It's like transfer proof. It transfers out or anything like that. So I've been loving this lip product from Melt Cosmetics. I've been wearing it a ton. Another makeup look that I've enjoyed this month, I discovered this month, is I'm going to be doing makeup for my friend April's wedding in October, and I did her trial in August, and she wanted to do a like retro classic vintage look. And learning about that look, it's been a while since I've tried that kind of look before, but it was so fun learning about that look and trying it out, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous, timeless, great for a wedding. And I'm actually really excited about her wedding because my friend April and her soon-to-be husband always throw great theme parties and do great themes whenever like great spooky themes whenever it comes to like their baby's nursery or just their personal style. Like, I just love their style, and I love their themed parties and their themed things that they do. So they're doing like a kind of October fall themed kind of wedding, and everybody's gonna have like retro makeup and retro hair. I can't wait for that. I think I'll try to throw up a picture of what I mean or what I did. I was experimenting with very subtle, like natural shadow looks, and I've actually just rediscovered this Persona palette for that. This was actually really an amazing palette for that look because the shimmers well, the mattes are just so satiny and easy to blend, and they have no fallout whatsoever. So this palette was excellent for that. Practicing like really dramatic cat eyes with gel liner was awesome. Nice full brows, sculpted brows, and like bold red lips. I think I'd like to do a look like that for October, like maybe as part of a costume look, like do it as part of a Halloween series. I think that might be fun to do. Give this video a thumbs up if you think that would be cool to see, if you'd like to see that. I think that would be fun. And with that look, as well as in my first impressions video that I filmed in July, I discovered that these lashes are incredible. These are the Lily lashes in the style Goddess. I had these for a long time and I never tried them on because they looked a little intimidating. They looked really big and fluffy, but they're not. They're gorgeous. They're absolutely stunningly gorgeous, but they're natural. They work with a lot of great looks, and they're fluttery and dirty and cute, but not overly dramatic, but still dramatic enough. Like they're still nice and glam. They worked with that retro look really nicely too. And I love them. They're one of my favorites for this month. So that's the Lily Lashes Goddess lashes. Okay, so I actually have a couple body products I want to talk about. I've been using this a lot this month. I just discovered this product this month. This is something that I showed you in my Ulta haul. If you didn't get a chance to check out my Ulta haul, but this is the Dionys Goat Milk Skincare Whipped Goat Milk Sugar Scrub. This is really interesting and really a nice product. The smell, first of all, is really delicious. Like a not overly fragrant, but thoroughly delightful vanilla bean kind of smell. It says here, this gentle yet hardworking whipped sugar scrub removes dry, flaked skin cells and brightens tired, dull-looking skin to promote smooth, healthy, and flawless skin because it contains natural goat milk. It's got a warm and irresistible fragrance of sweet, creamy vanilla. Yeah, definitely like a sweet, creamy smell, but not overly fragrancy, so it's great for sensitive skin. But the lather of this particular scrub, it's not too abrasive. It's got sugar in it, so the sugar breaks down and pushes your dead skin cells away. But the stuff that is suspended in it gets nice and foamy and lathery, so it's a really great stuff to clean with, to suds up with, as well as to exfoliate with. But also, I think there's like a ton of vitamins in here, so I believe that it does have a little bit of a chemical exfoliating kind of effect. Not counting the granules that act like as a physical exfoliator, I think there's something about the ingredients and the vitamins that are in here that loosen up dead skin cells and help you shed them. Like I felt like and when I was in the shower, it caused a good amount of peeling, but like not scary though. I didn't feel scared that my skin was peeling, and I definitely felt helped my skin feel a lot softer and brighter and cleaner in a way. Really nice scrub. I think I'd like to get it again one day. But you know, I've only used it like 3 times, but I'm falling in love with it already, and I will let you know how this goes in a empties video pretty soon, I bet, because I go through scrubs pretty quickly and there doesn't seem to be that much in here, so I'll let you know how that goes really soon. Another body product that I've tried out this month and I am ready to admit that I love is this Tree Hut Shea Moisturizing Body Lotion in the scent Moroccan Rose. I love all their products from their Moroccan Rose line, but I've never tried one of their lotions before, and the scent is so delightful. It's so good. It's rosy, but it's a little bit sweeter. It's a little bit of like a sugary rose, but really nice. And the texture of this lotion is really, like, it's lotiony, but it's not like soupy. It's still got a certain amount of thickness, so it really does help you retain your moisture barrier. It smells amazing, sinks into the skin really nicely. I think it does a really good job moisturizing the skin. Yeah, it says, proven to protect, relieve dry skin, and maintain skin moisture for 24 hours. Yeah, I definitely feel like it retains the moisture. It's not just like any drugstore lotion that is kind of like whatever, I guess it works. I think it's a little bit more special than that. I think it really soothes irritated skin and moisturizes it deeply. Smell is just like, I can't get over it. And I'm like, so far everything I've tried from this brand, Tree Hut, it's priced amazingly and it works amazingly. Like I love all their sugar scrubs that I've tried from them. They are excellent at exfoliating the skin and really resurfacing and smoothing out your complexion. And this lotion is equally as good as the scrubs. Like I feel like this lotion really, it smells amazing, works amazingly, sinks it, and it's not greasy, you know. I like body butters because I like feeling like I'm very moisturized. Like I like a nice thick cream, especially in the winter, but this has been really nice to have in the summer because it sinks into the skin really nicely and doesn't leave much greasiness, you know. It disappears in the skin really nicely. So love that. Love the Tree Hut Shea Moisturizing Body Lotion in the rose scent. And I think this is the last tangible physical product I have to share with you today. I ran out of like a bar soap that I used for cleaning my brushes, and I bought this guy at Target. This is the Dr. Bronner's All-in-One Hemp Lavender Pure Castile Bar Soap. I decided to pick this up because I needed another bar soap for my brushes. I needed to wash a ton of my brushes, and I saw that they recommended this in the Smith Cosmetics booth at the IMATS. I believe it was the bar form, but you know, when I tried to look it up online, I saw a lot of people using the liquid to wash their brushes with, but this, I've used this on my brushes and it does a fine job cleaning them, and it was only $4. And when I went to go buy this bar of soap, just like $4 for a bar of soap? Ew. But $4 for a brush cleaner is not that much. And I'll go ahead and show you how much I've used. Like I've just used kind of like the surface area of it. I don't know if you can see, but it says all one on this side of the bar soap, and like I've worn it away on this side because I washed my entire brush collection with it the other day. Maybe I'll go ahead and show you because I have it like all laid out in front of me, but I'll show you what I washed right now. Okay, so I thought I was recording, but I was not. But here is basically my entire brush collection. I washed all of these brushes with my Dr. Bronner soap. And here's all my face painting brushes and also all my eye brushes. I washed all of these last night and I think I did a really good job. And I only used a little bit of that brush soap, which is amazing because it's only $4 and it's really concentrated and smells great and it really does a good job cleaning everything. So I'm really glad that I found that product because I feel like it's going to be really cost effective to, as you can see, I have a lot of brushes I gotta clean all the time. I've actually submitted to only doing like one big wetting a month because of how much work goes into it, including cleaning all these brushes. And at least I found a nice brush soap that was really effective and inexpensive. And it works on my face painting brushes too. Like, my face painting brushes I wash a lot more often. They're pretty stained, but they are clean, I promise. I wash those much more often because I do face painting gigs constantly, but I'm so happy to have found Dr. Bronner's Castile soap. Good stuff. So that was all the physical, tangible objects I had to share. August was an overall great month, and I have a lot more to share with you, so let's go ahead and get into that. First of all, August is my birthday month. I turned 29 on August 7th, and my birthday was awesome. I spent the week, well, not the whole week, but a couple days at Hampton Beach with my boyfriend's family, and they were so sweet to me. They like sang to me as soon as I woke up, because we went and stayed in a cabin all together. So as soon as I walked downstairs into the living room where everybody was hanging out at like 7 a.m., everybody sang happy birthday to me right away. And then later that night we went out and had dinner at one of those restaurants at Hampton Beach, and everybody sang to me again, and I'm a Leo, so I love the attention, so that was super sweet. I loved that. And I also loved playing mini golf at Hampton Beach, and the weather was really nice. It was actually a little bit cold, so I never really mustered up the energy to jump in the water in a real way, but got a little sun. I finally lost a little bit of weight just in time for the beach, because my workout routine has been really intense, like movie star getting ready for like a major motion picture, like kind of working out all summer long right up until this vacation. I loved going on the water slides out there, and I got a lobster roll out there. I'm in McGurk's because McGurk's makes a really great lobster roll at Hampton Beach. Went on the water slides. The water slides were great. My boyfriend's niece was really excited to join me for the water slides. She was my water slide buddy, and we had a great time. Just a bunch of chilling and hanging out, and Hampton Beach was amazing. I loved that. It was a really busy work month. I worked a ton. I did a wedding and a couple different, a wedding and 2 trials. And I already talked about the trial makeup a little bit. I went to New York for a couple days. I just kind of went on by myself as a solo trip. I went to this taco place in Brooklyn called, I think it was called Cafe Lupe. Amazing tacos. Some of the best tacos I think I've ever had in the Northeast, and certainly the best veggie tacos. If you are in Brooklyn, in the south of Bushwick, like the Bed-Stuvian area there, I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but you can go to Cafe Lupe and get the veggie taco for $3, by the way. So cheap and so delicious and so filling. I highly recommend that. And that whole trip to New York, it was just 2 days, but it was just really kind of eye-opening. New York is such an amazing city. Every time I visit it, it seems like a different place. Like, every time I visit it, it's a new city to me every time, you know? It could be a hip city, or a traditional city, or an old city, or a young city, or a poor city, or a rich city, or a new city, or an Italian city, or a Chinese city, or an Indian city, or a Jewish city. It seems like a different city every time I visit it, and I think that's part of what makes it so incredible and so amazing. I went to the Statue of Liberty for the first time. I've never actually been to it before, and I thought it would be like a really good thing to do for my soul, just because I've been watching the news and feeling really like unhopeful, and like feeling really like heartbroken for what immigrants coming from the southern border have to deal with, and that our country is just thinks there can't possibly be a better way. And learning and going to Ellis Island and seeing the museum and learning about the history of immigrants in this country was just eye-opening, and it makes me want to fight for the rights of immigrants even harder. Like, it makes me want to be more welcoming of immigrants and learn more languages and fight for what's right, you know, a little bit more. So, and just seeing the way people interact with each other in New York and trying so much incredible food. I went to Chinatown in Little Italy, and my boyfriend was supposed to come with me, but he couldn't. But he loves more than anything, like the pastrami. Well, maybe not more than anything, but one of his favorite meals he's ever had in his life, it was the pastrami sandwiches from Second Ave Deli in Manhattan. So I decided to, right before I left, I bought a couple of them, and I tried to drive all the way straight to my boyfriend's house in Massachusetts to give it to him, and he was so grateful, so happy, because that pastrami sandwich, if you like pastrami, that is a life-changing pastrami sandwich. It is so delicious. I definitely recommend getting the pastrami sandwich from Second Ave Deli in New York City. So good. I also learned that you don't have to spend a lot of money on food in New York. Most of the food that I got was not that expensive. The pastrami sandwich was probably the most expensive thing I got, but I got amazing, like, noodles from a place in Chinatown, like, and then I got amazing pizza from Little Italy, and delicious, incredible, even the tacos I already mentioned, and an amazing, like, breakfast from a Jewish deli in Brooklyn. That was just like $10 for like a coffee, a bagel, scramble, some potatoes, and some salmon, some smoked salmon. I was just like, all this for $10? This is incredible. And it was delicious. But what will get you is drinks. Going out to drinks in New York is just a joke. It's like it's LOL. Like, beers start at $10. $10 for a beer. And then, like, I got at Cafe Lupe a cocktail, which was an amazing cocktail. It had like tequila and milk and cinnamon, which sounds like it would be a weird drink, but it was delicious. It was very nuanced, very good. And that was their drink special. It was $11 for that cocktail, and that was their special. The regular price for that cocktail, $15, and that is the standard for cocktails in New York City. Really expensive. But everything else about New York City that I experienced was to Brooklyn Bridge for the first time and saw people like almost die for a selfie. Just like standing on top of the bridge in the ways they shouldn't. So scary. Stayed in a really cheap Airbnb, only 40 bucks a night. Really cute kitties, cuddled with the kitties. Couple of media things. So I believe Euphoria ended this month, at the beginning of August. Euphoria is an incredible show. And I loved it for the makeup. The makeup looks in that show are incredible. They're very editorial, and the lighting is really a standout feature of the show. They're always experimenting with colorful lighting, lots of blues and purples and ambient, glittery kind of lighting, and that's really gorgeous. Even though the costumes and the makeup and the lighting and the cinematography is really standout portions of the show, I think the main reason to watch Euphoria is the stories. I watched this show progressively throughout the season with caution, because I'm just like, wow, these are really delicate storylines they're handling, and I feel like it would be really easy to mess one of these up, but I don't feel like they ever really messed them up. Of course, they didn't quite tie up every storyline. I am guessing that they're banking on having another season, but there wasn't like a full closure, full resolution to every storyline. But we learn about these teenage issues and how they're adult issues for a lot of people too, and watching them navigate these things. And even though they're teenagers and they look like adults, they're so very much children. And there's some great characters in there, but I think every single one of the characters has their flaws. And And part of the reason that they have these flaws is because they're so young. They're just so green. And it's a really interesting show to watch. And me and my boyfriend spend a long time mulling it over and talking about it and discussing the different themes in it. I feel like it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's definitely not for everybody. There's like lots of drug use and adult themes in that show. But if you're somebody that is into really artistic drama, really heavy plot points, really like cultural things to mull over, I think you'd really enjoy that show. I really have. I also finished watching Orange is New Black, the new season of Orange is New Black, just a couple days ago, and I think everybody needs to see that new season. I've been watching and following Orange is New Black, the whole series, pretty consistently, though the last season I felt like I had a hard time holding on. I almost felt like I wasn't gonna watch this new season because I was just like, ugh, it was just so heavy and not as much fun. I don't know, there was just a lot going on and I had a hard time keeping up and staying engaged. But this new season is different. I'm engaged again, I'm back in, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was beautifully done, very poetically done. Bid goodbye to all our favorite characters in a very poetic way. And it was interesting to see how certain characters got a really happy ending and certain characters really did not. And that's just reality. That's just how sometimes life is, and that's why Orange is New Black is such a good show in that way. And Orange is New Black is one of those shows that proves how television can be valuable, because it lends perspective to these issues and these ways of living and these conditions of our society that many of us would never have a perspective on. We would never know what this looked like, and we would never be able to imagine, and we would never be able to care. A show like Orange is New Black gets us to care about the problems with the criminal justice system and women and their stories and how their stories are told. I think this show is actually really good at telling women's stories. It's fun, you know, it's a drama, but it's also like has moments of levity. So that's what keeps you engaged a lot of the time. I really loved how they painted the picture of like white yuppie culture in this new season. That was really interesting to watch and really funny to watch. And in the last episode of the last season, they give a big shout out to my hometown, the town there in which I currently live, Northampton. So to talk a little bit about Northampton, and perhaps we're going to have a little bit of a tourism boom after everybody sees Orange is New Black in the new season. Oh, and I just watched a movie, new Quentin Tarantino movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Loved that movie. I love Quentin Tarantino. I love his way of doing timepieces. He has kind of like a comic, like a comic booky way of telling stories. They're obviously, if you know anything about Quentin Tarantino, a lot of his movies are very violent, but for fun. They're like violent in a fun way. I don't know. Obviously not for everybody, but I thought it was a great time period piece. Like it was great to see that moment of the 50s and 60s and what it was like to be part of the movie scene in Hollywood in that time period. And I don't want to give too much away, but like how politics kind of were in that time period, how people really kind of didn't like hippies. As somebody that's from Northampton, it's hard for me to imagine like why anybody would not like hippies, but you know, people had their reasons back in the 60s. So that was really interesting to see. Even though that movie didn't really have much of a moral, I still enjoyed watching it. I thought it was well done, and I had a lot of fun watching it. And another thing that I talked for days about with my boyfriend after we went to go see that movie. Highly recommend it. I love Leo DiCaprio, and his dynamic with Brad Pitt was really great too. I think that's it. I think that is my August favorites, guys. So yeah, a little bit of everything. A little bit of the kind of makeup I've been enjoying, some body care, some styles that I've been enjoying, some movies, some TV, some I think in my last video I talked about Lizzo and Lil Nas X. Yeah, I did. My last favorites video. So check that out if you want me to talk about some music that I've been enjoying. Oh, as far as music goes, I'm going to go see tomorrow on August 31st Flying Lotus at the Mass Mocha. So it's going to be an artistic show. I'm really excited to see that. I don't know how it's going to be, but I imagine it's going to be really interesting. So that is it. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, I can't believe I almost forgot. So I didn't reach 1,000 subscribers before my birthday, but I did reach 1,000 subscribers in my birthday month, and now I have 1,000 subscribers on this channel, and that is so exciting. I've made $8 in ad revenue already. I'm so excited that monetized. I have a little bit of community, and that is so exciting. So thank you for anybody who has followed my channel or has subscribed to my channel and helped me reach this milestone in time for my birthday month. That has been so exciting and so heartwarming to have a little community here on YouTube, 1,000 subscribers, my first big milestone. So that's really exciting. I'm going to be having a 1,000 subscriber giveaway in some point in September, so keep an eye out for that. Make sure you're subscribed, because then you'll know, and put on the bell to know when that giveaway is going to be happening. So I can't wait to celebrate with everybody in this little community by having a little bit of a giveaway. Celebrate this channel. So thank you so much. Happy birthday to me. Happy Leo season. Now it's Virgo season, to all you cheeky Virgos. And thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you really enjoyed hanging out with me. I really enjoyed hanging out with you. And until next time, cheers. Bye. It's neighbors. And airplane. Always. Hello, this is Kasha.